today we are going to be doing some dividers for my Filofax, and as you can see I've already prepared the actual dividers. I put different tabs etc on the side here to make use of, but I found this gorgeous scalloped edge booklet sheet, as it were, in the Elegant Edges cartridges, and then I welded onto it what was actually an oval, but I changed it into a circle, and I welded that onto the top of my piece of sort of oblong scallopy booklet. This was under the booklet element, whoops, and then I just kept moving my little scallop along and along until I got sort of, I think, about 7 or so layers, and show you them all. And we welded it together and we grouped it. So this, the actual square piece is 15 centimeters wide by 21 inches high, and the circle part is a 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters, and the whole thing comes to about 23 centimeters. So this pops up just about 2 centimeters, not quite, but you'll see when you make it into a circle, you can see it's not the halfway point of the scallop, it's the just below that, and so you'll be able to work it out exactly where you want it. So I'm going to go and connect this to the Cricut, and let's get cutting. So we've done our templates on our Cricut craft room, so now we're going to load the mat. I've put my first layer on, and it's this very sparkly layer. I don't know if you can see it in this light, just how sparkly it is. So we're going to load the mat. Like so. And then I'm going to go to the Cricut craft room, and it will advise me as to what pressure etc to cut at. So pressing cut, and what it's saying here is, you can see that's my first layer where I put a few elements just to play around with on the Cricut, and it's saying, do you want to select the layer that you want to cut? All layers can be cut separately, so we want layer 1. No, we don't. We want layer 2, which is that one there, and it's going to be heavy cardstock. So I actually think, yeah, we want it on maximum speed and maximum depth. So we're going to start it off with that, and then we're going to press cut down here. Cut. And off it goes. Okay, and we're going to eject the mat, and fingers crossed that's cut through, and it has. It's cut through beautifully. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'm tempted to find some more of this sparkly paper because it looks so nice. Let's cut again. It's going to ask me exactly the same thing. Now I want the same layer again, so that's layer 2. Same cut settings, I'm happy with that for this cardstock. Press cut, and off we go. So I'm going to go through all my 7 layers, I think it is, doing exactly the same thing. I am now working on my side tabs because I've decided that I'm going to do different shapes. So I've got quite a few different tabs that I need to do, dividers, and I've got one section that's going to have that scallop top that we talked about. That's going to be on the top, and then I want 7 side dividers here, so I'm just dealing with them. I also wanted just some plain ones, so let me show you that. Oh no, yes, hold on, let's get rid of these. So I made just a plain one here, plain but with no tabs, but just this lovely decorative edge, and this is from Elegant Edges. so that's going to be really nice. We're going to use that for a couple of things. And this one here is actually from Georgian Basic Shapes, but you could also make it from your Cricut Craft Room Basic Shapes. And all I'm doing is taking several of my taking two shapes, a square and a small square, and I'm welding it together, and then get rid of these two layers, we don't need to see those, and then I'm grouping around so the whole lot is got one box around it, and then we're clicking on the group button. Okay, so then that's the next one. So then what I do is I copy that, I get rid of that layer so you can't see it. I don't know why, but I find it doesn't copy and paste very well otherwise. I'm going to change the colour, so let's have green, and then paste, and move that across. I'm going to bring one so I can see it, which I don't need to, just remembered I lined it up with the line there and the line at the edge here, so that's all matched up nicely, so I can make sure everything's lining up. And then I need to ungroup, and then I should be able to pick up on that single box. You won't be able to do that unless you ungroup. Then I'm going to really see the previous layer, so I should be able to, oh no, yeah, it's underneath this one, so then I'm going to use my arrow keys and I shall move my little box. Now by using the arrow keys I know that I'm staying absolutely perfectly in the vertical position, it's just moving it downwards. And I calculated that since my actual divider is 21 centimeters, and I want, you can see there we go. So now those are welded, as you can see. So now all we need to do is, if you just do like that, it will select around that box, but we need to just go far enough so it goes past that little tab, otherwise it's not selecting the tab as well, and then it automatically selects right down to the bottom, so you don't have to try and fiddle around and go all the way to the bottom, but you do need to make sure you go right across that tab, and then we just click on the group. And I like to click on the group button because then my whole tab divider is one. Okay, so now I'm working on the next set of top tab dividers, and I wanted these to have a slightly different tab on the top, so it just differentiated them. And also I remembered that I had to leave a gap at the side for the hole punches, so that the tabs needed not to go all the way across. So I had to go back and just have a quick check on some of the others and just adjust those, which were fine. And I also adjusted some of my plain layers, non-tab layers, dividers, to just have a pretty pattern on them. And I may have to add some more. I've got a bit lost on those, which ones I've done and which I haven't. So let's just group that one together. So again, just collecting that up, copying it, going across to the next layer, making that one go away. I just always find that easier. Paste. I'm going to change the colour. Again, I just try to make it easier for myself. And apply. And then move this across to, I think it was here. And then we'll find that out by placing that there, and it was there or thereabouts, so just line it up. It doesn't matter perfectly if it's lined up, because it's not going to be cutting in this way, it's cutting the same size each time, but it just helps for lining up the tabs to make sure they're where you want them to be as a unit. So another different style of tab again. We will first of all grab a box here. So we'll just ungroup it. So we'll move that to there. So it's in that corner there all the time, so we know where we are. Then we're going to take this now on 4 across. It's 15 inches, 15 centimetres across. But since we want a gap at the edge for the holes, we could do them at 3 centimetres, which 3.25, something like that, and that should be okay for with the extra that we need for the holes. That should just be fine. I want that to come down to about there. So now we need to adjust that to a width. It could be its height because we twisted it, but let's see, to 3.25. That just looks kind of weird. It's lost the niceness of its shape. So we're going to find something else to use. I don't like that. So let's just go back to our fabulous finds. Like that. Let's see if that's, yep, it's there. Anyway, let's now do the width to 3.25. Let's see. I'm sure 3.25 is a little bit too small. Let's try it at 3.75. Let's see if we can make that work. It just looks a little bit better. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Let's move across. There we go. Okay, happy with that. So now we'll group it, and then we'll copy it, and then we'll go to the next layer. So I think we're done, apart from maybe some plain ones, but I think otherwise we're there. Do one more like that, and back to that one. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. That layer we can delete, so I didn't need to do plus, I meant to do forward. And then I'm going to paste in here. There's nothing to paste, go on. Copy. Paste. Ungroup. Delete. Move that across. So if I need any blank pages, just because I think I'm short of a few blank pages, and I've got those all sorted as well. I've got one there. So as you've seen, I've already started cutting some of these out. Now some of them now, in view of how I've changed things around, which was basically because they were so nice double-sided paper and they really didn't need to be stuck together, so I was able to make use of some of those pages as other tabs rather than recutting. So I fiddled around with those a bit, plus I wanted to not have all the same tab tops and everything, so we played around with that as well. So okay, that's everything I think done. So now it's just a case of cutting it all out. So I'm going to go to the machine. You've seen how we go ahead on cutting it and how you pick the layer, etc. So I won't go all through that now. What I'll next do is, once everything's cut out, I shall come to the table and I will show you all my different dividers.
Okay, so I finished cutting out all of my dividers, and here is the big pile of them because I've got lots of different categories that I've got sorted out. Now, I showed you, I think previously, my little list here. Well, it's now got a bit messy where I've added in extra information, and sort of the main headers that I wanted, we discussed when I was on the Cricut craft room that I'm not going to actually put tabs on those. So for example, the section that's creative ideas, it will have just a divider but without a tab on the top, and it will say creative ideas, and then under that will be the 7 categories of creative ideas for my Twitter page, etc., whatever it is. So I've done it like that. So the first pages that we've got, if I just take you through these nice and slowly, show you what we've done. So the first ones we've got are these gorgeous ones. A lot of this is from Anna Griffin collections, and this particular one is from her Cats and Dogs or something of that nature. That said, this actual other one isn't. It's like a Valentine's collection that she had, and if you look at the back, it's like the pinks and stuff, so it was pink and black all the way through, and it was really, really nice. And then my third section is the houndstooth. Again, these 3 are all velvet, and these are the only 3 really that I didn't worry too much about how the backs look together, because obviously at some point I'm going to turn them over and potentially you're going to see the back of these 3 dividers sort of together, but I so wanted those particular ones on the front together that I didn't worry too much. So those, obviously at the moment I've still got to label the top of these, and we'll get to that in due course, and I will show you each stage as I've done it. Fly leaves that I was telling you about, and you can see this again, this is an Anna Griffin. Please, sorry, I don't know what all these collections are. I've got a lot of the Anna Griffin, are just kind of the fronts are off, or they came as part of a kit and they didn't have a front to the pads, and now they're not in the kit, because when I get a kit I separate it up, because I think otherwise there's a real temptation to only use stuff within that kit, whereas if I take the stickers and put them with my stickers collection and the papers with the papers, you tend to much more mix and match, which I always like to do. Anyway, so you've got this, and I'm hoping you can just catch that it's really got a sparkle to it. Go. So it's got a lovely little glisten to it, which is really nice. And then on this side it's just got the same pattern but in the chocolate brown. As you can see, this was one of the ones that I just cut. It's not got a tab, but I just cut a nice fancy side to it because I thought that just looked pretty. Then the next section is a section of 4 tabs, and this came from Anna Griffin again with her Cats and Dogs collection, so they're all just square at the bottom, these ones, and this has got the tabs where they're that kind of like house shape almost, aren't they? So we've got the Cats and Dogs on there, then we've got the, oh, I can't think what that's called, but anyway, it's a, suppose it's like a pattern that's like a houndstooth but not. Can't think what that's called. Oh, herringbone. Then we've got the cats, which I think are really cute, and Daisy's wanting to join in. Obviously it's because of the word cat. And then we've got, again, the polka dots, which match in, I don't know if you can see there, with the cat pattern. And then on the back here we've got, again, not so matching, but not as unmatching as the others, but we've got the nice bright colours. In fact, those 3 go great. It's only when we add in the blue, but I so wanted to have the green. There was a Cats and Dogs on a blue background, but I really, really liked it on the green because it really went with the front version here. So I wasn't so worried. It still looks really pretty from the back. So those are those. Then the next section I've got is one of the few sections where I've put the main tabs to the side, and this is a 7 tabbed one, and I showed you how I did this. And first of all, we've got just a plain piece. Now this collection again is Anna Griffin. It's just the way it worked out, to be honest. I think a lot of Anna Griffin papers and cardstock, when she does the cardstock, is double-sided, and it worked really well. And it's got this gorgeous kind of gold, and this is our plain just square sheet for the front, and this one would have, for example, on it creative ideas, so I put a tab on the front saying creative ideas, and then we've got all my 7 tabs down the side, which are just like so. And again, it just worked out so well from the point of view of sizing of what I was doing, because this is 21 centimeters, and it really was, I didn't try and make it happen. I worked out what I wanted first and then tried to make it fit. And I actually did want 7 tabs, and 21 goes so easily, you know, divided by 7. So here's our 7 tabs, and our 7 sheets rather. So then now if we turn them over, these ones do go together a bit better. I don't know if you can see on here in the light, this one's got a real glisten to it. A lot of these ones have got like a glisten. To say they've got glitter on would be a slight understatement really. They're sorry, an overstatement, because they're more of a glisten, they're really not glittery. So we've got these gorgeous, I really wanted to go for bright and colourful, and this was from like again, it was one of these kits, and it got broken up, but I know it's Anna Griffin, and I think it's like it's sort of a tropical collection. So then there's the next one, really pretty, and then the back of that. And again, on this one, I did try to make them go together quite nicely. So you can see there's the pink kind of honeycomb there with the pink of the flowers. And then we've got, if you look on this side, you've got this gorgeous orange sort of tropical flower. And then on this side, we've got this lovely, gorgeous kind of really strong pattern, but it's got the pink in it and the greens and everything, so that all links up together, but with this nice, strong chocolate coloured background. And then again, that follows through nicely. We've got our green one here, which looks particularly lime on the, and they're all from the same collection, so they're all going to come together nicely. And then on the back of that one, you've got the green. So again, that one's the same pattern but different colours as that, so that all kind of works together nicely. And then the next one is this gorgeous striped green and yellow stripe, which again follows on nicely. And then we've got that lovely pattern on the back, which is similar again, so that it's not the same pattern, but it's a similar theme, so it all works well together. Then we've got this beautiful orange, which is again a really strong orange, reddy orange background. And then on the back we've got this lovely yellow, which is a really nice yellow. It's just a plain yellow, but again it just lifts these ones up here and brings all those colours together, because we've got the yellow in there and then you've got that bright pink, so you've got quite a few kind of strong patterns, some softer patterns, and then some really bold colours in there. And then lastly on the front we've got this gorgeous yellow, which again works out lovely with that. And then on the back, this pattern is actually the same as this one here, but in pink. So I didn't want a pink on the front. Again, I wanted it on the back just to bring in, because that's all pinks and things on the front there, and it works all together. And then on the front you've got the lovely yellow coming in with that orange, so I think that looks really, really nice on there. And then we've got the tabs coming down nicely there. Okay. Then the next thing that I've got is just a single sheet, which is got the little hearts cut out, and I've got cream dividers that come in the Filofax themselves, so I'm going to use those behind that, so hence why this is quite a departure probably from some of the brighter colours, but I just thought it was really pretty just to have that softer cream look to go with that. And then we've still got that brighter purple on the back there as well. And then we've got another one of our main dividers, so it's got no tab on it, and this, if you notice, has got the scalloped edges, and this was one of the ones that I cut out, and it had a tab on the top, a little scalloped tab on the top, and I just cut it off because this was what I then decided that they were so nice to use them as two-sided that I would actually not use this back to back, so I just changed my plans slightly. So this is going to be the front of another category, sorry, and that's on the back of it. We've got the first set of 3 with the scalloped edges and the scalloped tabs, which I think are really, really sweet. Particular one, and I've got another sparkle as well. They weren't two-sided, so I actually took another piece. Now this wasn't Anna Griffin, this sparkle sheet. This was Die Cuts with a View, I think it was, a sparkle sheets pack. Yeah, it's just all sparkle. And then this piece here was, I don't know whose make it was. Oh, it was Martha Stewart. And I took 2 and I cut this piece out and then I cut it again, but I put this piece of paper down right side down so that when I cut it out, it would then stick perfectly to the back of that. So I've created a double-sided by just sticking it together. So if you've got 2 pieces of paper that you like, you could, if they're sort of reasonable weight, you could stick them together to create your dividers. Or if they're sort of quite thin, you could cut a piece of cereal box and then put that in the middle. Just make sure that when you do that, that you do one right side up of your paper and one right side down, because then you'll always get the correct way to put them together. So then we're back to Anna Griffin again, I think. Yeah, this is Anna Griffin. This is her animal one again. So that's an unusual, but if you look on this side, you can just see there's a very light houndstooth on there. And I think that just looks so pretty with that. And then this goes really nicely with that side. And then we've got the green. That is also Anna Griffin, but I have a feeling that wasn't from the same pack. I'm sorry that I don't know what packs these are from. If I can find it out, I will note them down underneath the video, but I have a feeling, to be honest, as I say, that most of them don't have their labels on. So if anybody knows, you're welcome to add them to the comments for the other viewers in case they want to know. Okay, and then on the back of this one we've got the stripe. Now I actually meant to cut the stripe the other way, but I actually really like it going this way. I think it looks really cute. So we've got the 3 going across the top here. I just got enough in there for the holes. I think we're just about get away with that. And I really like having that scalloped edge, and it is the right size still for the A5, so I think that just makes it look really pretty. Okay, and then the last section, again another plain one. This is another one of the ones that I had a top on it, a little scallop top on it, and I chopped it off so that I can make use of not waste my cut. And then it's got on this side this gorgeous little pattern on the back, and then we've got my blue sparkle, which is gorgeous, and then a gingham, which this is from the Tilda range, I do know that much. And then on the back it's got the white with kind of pinky spots, pinky kind of burgundy spots that actually match almost the colour of my actual Filofax. And you'll notice on the top here that I took this piece here that I had cut off the top here, I took it and cut it and put it over the top of the sparkle, because I thought that would be quite fun and it might make it easier to put a tab on it if I wanted to. I didn't do that with the yellow one, and I think in hindsight I might not have bothered, because it kind of means that it doesn't show at the top, the sparkle, but it doesn't matter. I still think it looks really, really pretty. And then on the back of this, again, because it wasn't two-sided, I found this in an Kane company, one of these big fat sets that got like 180 sheets, which is like their year's worth collection, and it was a couple of years old, and it had these cute little chicks. And I know it's completely out there and it's nothing like anything else that we've done, but it's on the back, and you know, it kind of does go with the piece underneath colour wise, so on the back the other way, so I thought that was cute. And on this particular one I only needed 2 sections, so that was cool for the holes. Okay, so that's all of our tabs cut out. So I've now finished all the tabs on my dividers, so I thought I would just show you exactly what I've done to the tabs and to the fronts, the sections that didn't have tabs but were like the main section dividers. So the first set we've got here, now this looks a bit weird at the moment because I've got the plastic to go over there and it's got some decoration on as well. So all I've done is just add Fifi, which is the name of my Filofax, day, MTH for month, and YR for year. So that's going to be the diary section, and it's nice and simple, nothing's changed on the inside there. Then the next section, here is the blank part first. Let me just grab those. So the first page without the tab has got project planner, and I used for that, and I'm sorry I don't know what the stickers were, I can't remember of any of these, but this was my label maker, so I did the words project planning, and then I just put some little lovely sparkly lines, and also I don't know if you can quite see it, but there's a little butterfly in pink sparkle there as well, which is slightly more visible to the naked eye than it is here, but it is there, I promise. And then we've got on the back of this, I just added another butterfly in the pink sparkle and a little cluster of flowers. And then on the tops of these, now I have to say these are probably the only ones I'm not that convinced of, but I used my label maker and I cut off so that they didn't go around the back, so I've just stuck them down and then I cut round the shape, and I've just put in there project planning, product reviews, to do blank paper. So those are my different categories, that one. And then the next section is creative ideas, so you can see. Now this was silver sparkle stickers, and before I took them off the sheet, the backing sheet of the stickers, I coloured them using my Copic, black Copic marker, and literally by the time I'd finished colouring to the last S, because I did it in order, the first one was ready to stick down. And then on the side here we've just got all the labels that we used. Oops, I'm missing one, that I use for creative ideas, the rub-ons for that, and I had individual letters, so I've done all of that. And there's nothing on the back, nothing's changed on those, they are what they are. This is the section, now I've grabbed out from my Filofax the cream dividers, and this was the front section that I had for that cream dividers, and I've taken some stickers that were actually a wedding set, and I've put CO as in company name, address and login. So this is basically so that I can remember my any contacts of companies that I deal with. And then down the side here I use my label maker. Oh, I don't need to do that because I forgot I did it on the vertical position, and I've just put in the letters and I just stuck those down. So I think that looks quite cool. I'm quite pleased with that. I only have pink and green label for my brother label maker. Okay, so the next section, sorry I was trying to work out what I was doing. Miscellaneous. And you can see here I've used puffy stickers that have got, again, I don't know if you can catch, they've got a slight shimmer to them, and I think they look really pretty. And these are the ones with the scalloped edges, nothing on the back. And originally this was going to be my front side, but I decided I liked the white puffy stickers on the front there. And again on this one I used my rub-ons again, but I just used the capital letters, so we've got finance, health and medication. And then the last section is notes, and you can just see there, this was like a bluey sparkly sticker, and then I've put on the little butterflies just floating down like so, and I think they look so pretty. And then you've got that gorgeous sparkle, and on the top of these, again using the same stickers, we've got blank and graph, and then behind that will be the back of the Filofax, which is the pad itself, so that all kind of follows through. So this is all our dividers finally made, labelled. Oh, and this, by the way, sorry, this was an Anna Griffin tag that went with this set. It was one of them, it had the pink and the black and everything, and I just thought it looked really nice because I've got a few, I've put a little bit of design on the front flyleaf, and by putting that there it made it show up against these dots, and it worked quite well, and then I positioned Fifi in the right place for that. But I will go through the actual Filofax when it's all put together, all finished, all laid out, so I can go through it all with you completely and show you exactly what I've done. But for now, this was a video really about making of the dividers, so I won't go into the detail of actual Filofax itself at this point. We're just going to stick with the dividers. But as I say, if you want to see how it all turns out when it's all put together with all the printables, all the elements, and how it all fits into the actual Filofax, then keep watching. There will be a video in due course. But as for now, I hope you've enjoyed making these dividers with me. I hope that it's given you loads of ideas, because obviously they don't just need to be used as dividers. You could use them as recipe cards, all sorts of things, note cards for helping you study, all sorts of stuff like that. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed making these with me. I certainly have had fun making all these fun colours and getting them all out and working out exactly what I'm doing. So I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Anyway, I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.